And tonight's news. 8-month-old baby flung from car in an accident on Tolo Highway. Financial Secretary Paul Chen said it is too early to consider raising taxes. And Hamas releases 17 more hostages in exchange for 39 prisoners.
Five people, including an 8-month-old boy, were injured after a private car rammed into a road divider on Tolo Highway in Tai Po. The accident occurred around 2 p.m. near Classical Gardens Estate. The 52-year-old driver lost control of his 7-seater vehicle while heading towards Shengshui before colliding with the barrier. It is believed that the infant was carried by a woman. Both were flung out of the car after the door opened on impact. Paramedics found the infant on the roadside and rushed him to Prince of Wales Hospital in a conscious state, wearing a neck brace. The driver, his wife, and another woman passenger sustained injuries and were conscious when taken to hospital. The cause of the accident is under investigation, including whether all passengers had worn seatbelts.
After returning from the Asia-Pacific Cooperation Summit in San Francisco, Financial Secretary Paul Chen's statement about some APEC members looking to boost revenue by increasing taxes has led to a lot of speculation amongst the general public. But Chen refuted claims today and reminded people that it is too early to consider raising taxes. Most importantly, we should try to maintain a balance in an economic cycle, he said. Chen pointed out that trade organizations are trying to promote a minimum tax rate tentatively in 2026. This means Hong Kong will see an extra tax revenue of $15 billion per year. But Chen said the government will not implement the measure earlier than scheduled, as it is unwise to do so. The authorities have adjusted the full-year GDP growth forecast by lowering the expectations to 3.2%. Chen explained that this is because the decline in exports from the mainland is greater than anticipated. As the city's economy is mainly driven by tourism and retail consumption, Chen hopes the volume of international flights can increase from the current 60% to 80% by the end of the year. In his weekly blog, Chen said Invest HK has helped over 330 mainland and overseas enterprises to set foot and expand their business in the SAR in the first 10 months of the year, marking a year-on-year increase of 30%. He expects these companies to create more than 3,700 job opportunities. Janice Low, Cable News.
Traffic was smooth along Tate's Can Tunnel on the first day after the crossing joined the electronic toll system. Drivers no longer have to queue up at toll booths at the entrance of the tunnel, which connects Diamond Hill and Sha Tin. Toll booths at the tunnel have been decommissioned and painted in black. A large banner was hung above toll booths to remind drivers not to stop midway, but some were still hesitant this morning. Some drivers were not aware of the new arrangement and slowed down near the toll booth, causing other vehicles to lower their speed as well. Tour bus drivers heading into the tunnel also found something out of order, but managed to move on without disrupting normal traffic. Several drivers who parked their cars at a car park in Sha Tin praised the implementation of the HKE toll system at Tate's Can Tunnel. More convenient, says this man who frequently drove along the tunnel. His traveling time has been shortened by 30 seconds. Another driver said his traveling time was shortened by 10 minutes this morning, as cars did not stop at the booth. Aberdeen Tunnel, which connects Happy Valley and Wong Chuk Hang, will join the HKE tunnel system next month. Maisie Mock, Cable News. 10 passengers sustained minor injuries in a crash involving 2 KMB double-decker buses. All injured passengers, aged 27 to 72, were conscious when they were sent to United Christian Hospital for treatment. The accident occurred at around 1 p.m. outside Millennium City in Kuntong. The Route 11C bus was slowing down at the stop when it was hit by the Route 1A bus, which was right behind. Police suspect the 61-year-old driver, who was operating Route 1A bus, failed to slow down the vehicle in time and rammed into the bus in front. He and the 49-year-old female driver operating Route 11C were unharmed. Kowloon Motor Bus Company will assist police with the investigation. The Water Supplies Department received 117 reports involving landlords allegedly overcharging their tenants for water since the Waterworks Amendment Ordinance took effect in 2021. But only 13 have been prosecuted so far, as many of the cases involved subdivided units. Writing on her blog, Secretary for Development Bernadette Lin said that a majority of the cases have been dismissed due to lack of evidence. An amendment bill submitted to the LegCo will empower the Water Supplies Department to conduct a more detailed investigation. Under the proposal, landlords who do not provide tenancy agreements or receipts of water bills could be fined up to $10,000. The amendment also proposed that landlords can only charge tenants for water after the department issued the water bill. The legislative process of the amendment bill is expected to be completed before the end of the year.
The Israeli military confirmed that Hamas has released 13 Israelis and 4 Thai nationals in the second round of swaps under a ceasefire deal. The Al-Qassam brigades, the military wing of Hamas, handed over the hostages to Red Cross officials at an undisclosed location in the Gaza Strip. The hostages were driven across the Rafah border crossing into Egypt before they were transferred to Israel. There were emotional scenes as loved ones were reunited. A similar sentiment was on display in the West Bank town of Al-Bireh, where 39 Palestinian prisoners returned home after being released from Israeli prisons. Under the 4-day truce agreement, 8 trucks loaded with much-needed food, drinking water, and medical supplies rolled into hard-hit northern Gaza. Hundreds of Palestinians rushed in desperation to get whatever they could, as men, women, and children have faced severe shortage of basic necessities. But the relief is temporary, as most of the Gaza Strip has been reduced to rubble by Israeli bombings. Hospitals, schools, mosques, and other infrastructure has been completely destroyed, and Palestinians are not sure of what will happen once the truce ends. Sachin Katwi, Cable News.
Foreign ministers of China, Japan, and South Korea held talks for the first time in 4 years in the South Korean city of Busan. In the 90-minute discussion, Foreign Minister Wang Yi, his Japanese counterpart Yoko Kamikawa, and Foreign Minister Park Jin of South Korea laid the groundwork for a trilateral summit between the leaders of their respective countries. But the trio have not set a concrete timetable for the meeting. The summit aims at strengthening cooperation among the 3 Northeast Asian neighbors. Wang said Beijing will work with its 2 neighbors to normalize cooperation for long-term partnerships to ensure peace and stability in the region. In a separate meeting with his South Korean counterpart, Wang said even though China-South Korea relations have faced new challenges in recent years, the fact that the 2 are neighbors will never change. Wang also emphasized that Beijing will continue to play a constructive role in easing tensions on the Korean peninsula. Janice Low, Cable News.